Hi everyone. Oh my gosh, it is a glorious Saturday. Lessons. Wow, the planet Saturn talks about lessons. Oh my goodness, structures, right? And so I hope you all are doing well. Namaste, taking care of yourself. Today is a very auspicious day. Okay, it's a lot of what is it? Malevolence energy out. Okay, I don't know the word spirit. You know, my guide's always giving me words like I should know the meaning of them. Okay, since I'm such a geek, but some words they give me, I just be like, I think I know what that means. But like I said before, words are starting to sound mumbo jumbo to me. I don't know how to say that, but words are starting to be really odd to where they just don't make no sense. If you all are experiencing that, understand those are like ascension symptoms or whatever, because it's like you're being deprogrammed. Benevolent. I can't even speak. Yeah, benevolent. Okay, oh, that sounds so weird. Benevolent. So the words are very benevolent. The energy is very benevolent for you all today. So last night I always do a card pull before I go to sleep. Okay, and so I have two things, right? I'm going to be teaching you all how to understand your mediumship, right? To understand your spirit guides, right? I was like asking spirit, like, how can I teach somebody this, right? I didn't know how to teach this, right? I was like, okay, I get how to do it. I know how it works for me, but how can I teach this, right? And so I have been asking my guides this, and they showed me in a dream, right? And so last night, when I pulled these cards, I had beloved, radical acceptance, and time for a nap. Okay, listen to me. When we think of the beloved, we think of it as your soul self, okay? The beloved is the external you, right? The beloved is the external you that has been through it, who has been through the storm. That is the benevolent you, the beloved, the Jesus. That version of you, right? And so it was time for this one to take a nap, right? And so that's what's being kind of like put on the back burner. Spirit is showing me knobs being dialed down. Like, I feel like you guys are being tuned in to your natural state of communication, right? Pay attention, okay? Can you give me a bottle of water? Pay attention to what's coming up for you all at this time, right? Like, I always say that, but seriously, I'm gonna show you how. Okay, because I'm seeing like tuning, like radio tuning, like this is being turned down and this is being turned up. Okay, and so your spirit communication, your guide communication, okay, this is heavy emphasis on mediumship. Okay, let me get my mediumship card so you all can see which one it is for you all. Okay, and so but as I was saying, the energy, I'm hearing cloud gazing, okay? Cloud gazing. Well, I saw cloud gazing. But anyway, I'm going to tell you about my dream. This is hilarious. Okay, so in my dream, I open as a clear vessel of the divine within me. I witness without absorbing. Only truth and clarity and guidance pass through me. All energies return to their rightful place, blessed and whole. Okay, they want me to read this one. The divinity Divine unity. I speak from the spirit within me, which is one with the Most High. My words are not from ego, but from source of all creation. No watcher, no accuser, no muzzler have authority over my voice, heart, or my truth. I am rooted in love, covered in light, and sealed in the presence of God within me. When I speak, it is for awakening, right? Not for offense. And my words will land only where they are meant to land. I am safe, I am guided, I am whole. Okay, and so my dream, okay, this is hilarious, right? So my dream was showing me how I would get a vision of something, right? And I would like bypass the vision, because I would think that, I would believe that nobody would do something like that to me, that my dream would show, that my vision would show me, right? And this is regarding other people, right? And so in my dream, it was a person that I know in my dream. And so I had asked the person, like, I hadn't talked to the person in a while. And so I was like, I saw the person, like right before I went to go meet up with this person, I saw that a young lady, the girl was like 17 years old or 16 years old. And I saw her living in this person's house. And so when I brushed off the vision, right? And so when I got to the person's place, I met them somewhere else, and we were all talking and having a good time. And so someone said something about the person that I was going to see. And so the person said, yeah, but that ain't the same. And I said, wait, what's not the same? Because we were talking about like relationships or whatever. And then the person said, yeah, I got a 16-year-old girl living with me. Mind you, this was a grown-ass man. He said, I got a 16-year-old girl living with me, but she just living there. Ain't nothing going on like that, right? And so we all looked at each other. We thought it was just so weird, right? And so I got up and left, right? And I was sad, I was hurt, because I was like, dang, my vision showed me that, but I didn't believe it, right? And so when I woke up, I saw that how my visions has been showing me things about people, and how that version of me that feels like nobody could never do something like that to me, like would be so hurt, so distraught, so dramatic, right? And so I thought that was hilarious how my dream showed me that, okay, today is my son's birthday. He will be 24, okay? And so I know that's him that's with me, that's showing me this, how, you know, how I just wasn't believing things, and how they were always telling me stuff, and I just never believed it. I have a few more stories, but I don't want to talk about that. But anyway, it was just like, it gave me the analogy of bleach. And bleach will tear up colored clothes, right? If you use too much bleach and white, it will shred the white, right? And so when I was talking to my son about my dream, they gave me the analogy of the bleach. And they said, if, say for instance, if I'm a piece of colored clothing, right? And I go and start messing with the bleach, and the bleach will so happen to spill on me, guess what? It's going to change my colors, right? It's going to change my colors to a different color, because that's what it's designed to do, right? And it was just like, it's not about the bleach being bad, right? It's about bleach, that's what it does, right? That's just what bleach does, right? Now Archangel Michael is here. So they gave me that beautiful analogy so I could explain that to my son. I'm always explaining things to him, especially like spiritual abilities and how they work and stuff like that, because he's definitely in tune. I know, because he don't like the nighttime. He has to have a light on, and he said he always feels like something is watching him at night. That used to happen to me when I was a little girl, like the teddy bears used to just watch me. But that's your awareness, that's just spirit watching you, and you feel that you can feel that, right? You can feel the sense of you being watched, right? And so that was one of the things that came up. And this is another thing, right? So the other day, I was in a meditation. And so I had put that video up, but I deleted it because I'm trying not to like share so many personal stories, because I don't know, maybe this is my ego that may feel like I don't know, but I just took the video down. Okay, reaching out to spirit. Okay, so you all have been reaching out to spirit. They're trying to communicate with you, and so this is why and then I was talking about you can feel it, right? You can just feel it. Okay, they're asking you to sit in your power at this time and clear audience, right? This is what I want to talk about. I'm done with these cards, and then the grounding at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I'm done with the cards, right? Because this is exactly what I want to talk to you all about. And so last night, the card pulled before I went to bed. These are the cards that I will use for the next day. And I had new teacher, spirit mentor, teacher, and mental clarity, right? Wisdom of the Magi. My dream, right? Look, Archangel Zadkiel, radical acceptance, surrender, right? Just accept that it's just what it is, right? My nose itching, so there's here with me right now, and my ear is doing that odd thing. So this is what I want to talk to you about. I made a PDF. If I'm going to link it in the description, this PDF on how to tap in to your senses, right? And so, because Spirit just showed me how to teach this, right? And so, the other night, I was going on my way to sleep, and I felt like I needed to sit with Spirit. I don't know, some information was coming in, but it was kind of like muffled. And so, let me tell you, I can sense Spirit outside in nature, right? I got that down packed. I can get music down packed. Like if music was playing, I can, like, words will appear loud to me. They will feel very personal to me, and then I will know that it wouldn't be every word. It may not even be a whole entire song. Sometimes it can, right? But it'll be like little bitty, like a word here, and then it's a song hymned out, and then it's another word there, right? That's how I get words, right? Get messages, even with social media when I go scrolling. And when 12:22 on my timer, when people are talking, Spirit's asking me to slow down because I'm channeling this energy, and it feels so excited, right? Yeah, I see y'all here too. And so I'll have to like tone myself, like I can hear words. It's like talking underneath the talking. This is what's happening right now, okay? So they're framing me back on track, right? It's so funny. But anyway, talking about clairaudient, this is how this works for me. What I was trying to get to say, man, Spirit, this is great. Wait, give me a second. Let me ground myself, okay? I need to get this. This is petrified wood because I'm already high vibrational, okay? And then I got the selenite, and this is causing me more to be floaty, okay? And so, let me ground myself. I'm sorry, because it's like, oh, this is what I feel is very playful, okay? And so, you know how like kids are like silly, be laughing and stuff? This is what I feel, right? When I get laughy like this, it's playful energy around me, okay? And so the other night, I was on my way to sleep. When I quiet my mind, I hear Spirit perfectly, no problem, right? But this one, they were teaching me to listen to the sound up under the chatter, right? And so they was teaching me to do that, right? And so they were just like, allow. And I kept saying, like, how can I allow this? Like, but when it's just there, like I may believe that I'm getting mental chatter, right? And then they said, listen to what's up underneath the mental chatter, right? And I said, okay. And so as I listen up underneath the mental chatter, no shit, I got messages. And I was like, oh my God, I was so excited, right? Like, I don't know, I was just really happy because they were teaching me something. And then they were pinpointing me back to how the things that you go through in your life, it's all teachable. It's all teaching you something, okay? They want you to accept that and understand that your life, like you're here in school, right? You're just gaining some type of PhD or master's degree or whatever. Like, this is what life is, right? And so when you look back on your life as experiences, right, as lessons, right, Spirit is able to pinpoint to you what was a teachable lesson, what can be a teachable lesson. Like with my dreams, right? It showed me all the times. The dream showed me that one thing, and then I was able to tie other experiences to this current dream that I had. And I said, oh, that makes sense, right? Like that made so much sense to me. And so as I was sitting here writing, I was trying to figure out, like, and I didn't even look at these cards, but I was just writing my dreams and what was coming up for me. And so I was just like, and then the deep knowing, they just brought this to my awareness. The deep knowing is the underlying energy, right? That deep knowing. But it's like you guys are being tuned right now. This is like a new level, okay? I'm hearing like a level up, your new level of awareness, okay? The new level of awareness, right? I'm gonna go into my PDF. I have it like the underneath hearing practice. Okay, I made that this morning. this morning, okay, how to hear underneath the chatter. Okay, the first layer. Okay, understand this first layer, the mental chatter, right? Scattered, repetitive, creates resistance, right? Okay, because how, and then restlessness also, how it was coming up for me. I kept like I was getting irritated about my thoughts, right? And it's the same thing as the world, right? Like Spirit gave me another analogy about how, like, if you're in a restaurant and everybody is just talking and talking and talking, right? But you and your partner lean over and you guys are involved with each other's conversation. So it's like you drown out the rest of the conversation around you. That was another analogy it gave me this morning. I thought that was amazing, okay? And then you have the ego voice, the critical, the fear-based, heavy energy, the heavy voice, right? It creates contradictions or doubt, right? So it's like 3 layers to this, right? So you have the normal mental chatter. That's the everyday thing that you think about all the time. Remember, your brain, your mind will do repetitive things because it's just designed to be repetitive. We all have that. Most starseeds and light workers, chosen ones, okay, divine ones, we have a very repetitive nature, and we have a repetitive nature to focus on ourselves, focus on our abilities, to focus on our path, right? To focus on elevation, right? That is why we have a repetitive nature, right? I noticed that with my nephew. He is very creative, and every day he is at it, like boom, 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 boom. Look, auntie, look what I did. He called me, showed me his little creations. It's the most amazingest thing, because that's his repetitive nature, right? If it's focused somewhere good, you're gonna be the effing best at it, trust me, okay? Because that's just how it is, because we the bomb, right? And then you have the spirit voice, calm, steady, loving, clear, creates expansion, peace, and knowing, right? So it's 3 layers, right? I always tell people it's levels to this shit, and I never knew that literally when I tell people about healing. Like, I always come on here when I release something, okay, I gain new insight. And that's why my videos I saw has been like back to back, because I'll gain some insight, and then I'll release some energy, and then I'll gain knowledge, expansive knowledge when you release, okay? Anyway, we have the practice with spirit. The practice, this is how Spirit wants you all to practice, right? I'm going to do this also. Sit comfortably, okay? Let your thoughts run freely, okay? Where is that? Sitting in the power. This is like a grounding type of energy. Okay. Just take a picture of that, okay? Can you see it all? Just ground, right? Okay, and so listen to your breath. Wow, these cards are, I cannot with y'all. Literally, this was the next thing. Listen to your breath. Take a picture. The breath. This was my next thing. And it's, the cards are literally lined up like that. I cannot make this up. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, anyway, next one is like hold your breath, right? Imagine the chatter, like the restaurant noise, because that's the download that I got. Spirit voices provided, private conversation beneath it. Let everything coexist. And that's what Spirit was telling me, like, let it all go. Like, let it all flow. Let it all be there, right? You just have to know how to tone down the mental chatter, right? And I already can understand the ego. Like, I can spot that lady out in a minute, right? And then it's like capture the whisper. Write down what you heard underneath the thoughts. Thanks, Spirit, I am listening, right? And then we have inspirational mediumship, okay? And then the blending with spirits, okay? Look, spirit communication process. Look, let me, y'all take a picture of this, okay? And go and reference this, okay? Because your guides are trying to communicate with you at this time, right? And so, what else do I have? The discernment task, okay? Check in with your body, tight ego, spacious spirit, okay? Check the tone, the noise, fast. If it's noisy, fast, that's mental chatter. If it's calm and clear, that's spirit, right? Check the aftertaste, okay? After you get done, if you have fear and doubt in it, then you know that was your ego. Afterwards, when you get done, you have peace and knowing then that was spirit, right? Okay. This will strengthen your clairaudience, okay? Okay. And then over time, the mental, as soon as you get into that state to sit with spirit, it's like your your mind self, right? The version of you that has that mental chatter, it will know. It's like you're training it to go sit down somewhere, right? And so then we have clairaudience, okay? Here, take a picture of this, okay? Then this is reaching out to spirit, okay? Take a picture with this. This is so crazy because none of these have like matching cards to go with it just yet, okay? Take a picture of that. And then we have clairsentience. And then the matching card is blending with spirit. I cannot make this up. And I just showed y'all that card, blending with spirit card. I cannot make this up. This is your clairsentience, okay? This is how you can feel spirit, right? If I didn't send y'all this, here it goes again. Blending with spirit. Okay? And then sitting in your power. This is how you communicate with spirit, okay? But I feel like this is going to get louder for you all, okay? Spirit communication process. I think I showed y'all this already. Yeah, I did. Like, spirit already had these cards. It's like this. Spirit already had these cards ready for me. Okay, this is like the confirmation, right? And so, man, you all could be inspirational mediumships, okay? Has a thought or idea suddenly appeared seemingly out of nowhere. Have you ever given the words or wisdom to someone, yet the advice didn't seem to come from you, right? That's that benevolence energy that's out here, right? How can I say that word now? Benevolence, but I couldn't say it right the first time. Wow. Yet the advice didn't seem to come from you, but through you. This could be evidence that you were possibly spiritually inspired. Inspirational mediumship is when spirit inspires the spirit within us. Through this type of mediumship, amazing works of art, literature, advances in science and technology, Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, right, have been created in the physical world for centuries. When evidence and guidance is spiritually inspired, whether to one person or a larger audience, that can make the experience even more extraordinary. When spirit inspires us and we don't let our own mind cloud the information, there are no limits to what can be achieved. If you're ready to try this type of inspirational mediumship, then here's an excuse to practice. You can opt to do this alone or with a group. Put a selection of written words in a basket. For example, one small piece of paper, write down the words love, faith, nature, etc. Without looking, choose a word, okay? Take a moment to blend with spirit and let the words flow into your mind. Speak without pausing for a minute or two on the word you have chosen, okay? Let your guides assist you and speak from your heart. At first you might draw a blank, but in time, wonderful inspirational wisdom can happen, okay? This happens to me a lot, especially when I'm talking to my nieces, okay, my children, okay? It happens to me often, even when I'm on here doing this with you all. Like I said, I don't be knowing like where my words come from. They just come, and I just be like, I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what happened. And then oftentimes they'll take over my body, or my words, my mannerism will become that with the spirit, and I just be like, whoa, what was happening with that, right? So I'm hearing like channeling, and my ear is doing that thing, that stopped up thing. So I'm hearing channeling, okay, is what could be available for you all right now. Surrender to this process, okay, because this is your elevation, okay? It's like you worked hard, you cleared out karmic. This is like a reward, okay? I heard that also. More were dreams, okay? Pay attention to your dreams, okay? You're going to gain some type of enlightenment that's going to allow you to flow with the natural rhythm of life, because chop wood, carry water, right? That's like you seeing the truth of reality, right? That's like you understanding that reality is what it is, right? That's beautiful energy. 333 could be significant. Okay, we have Bridget, the flame. What else, spirit? Give us some more. Spirit of place. Spirit is definitely in your house right now. So make sure, like, I don't want to keep saying make sure, but you're definitely, like, something about some pain you transmuted, okay? You definitely transmuted some pain. Okay, so this is your level up, okay? I don't know, like, you've entered like a state of this is what I was trying to say, and then the card came out. Man, benefactor, grace and generosity. Okay, give yourself grace, give yourself whatever you want. You know what's funny? It's some red bottom shoes that look like ballet shoes, and I wanted a pair of those, and I was gonna buy them yesterday, but then I paused myself because I already gave away like 2 pair of red bottoms to where I only got 1 pair left, and I gave them away to a Salvation Army, just like donating them to them. And so I was thinking, like, over the course of the few months, I was like, dang, I want another pair. But this wasn't coming from my ego. This whatever version of me that likes to be fancy. I have a fancy type of higher self that likes to wear nice things. I don't know how to say that. Like, let me tell you, my dressing style is very plain. I will buy clothes from the thrift store, and I'll have on some fancy shoes and a fancy pocketbook to go with it. I can have on a wife beater shirt, some jeans, and some fancy shoes. Like, I am very plain in dressing, but I like to wear nice shoes. I don't know. And some of them shoes, they could be uncomfortable to some people. They work fine for me. Okay, spirit of the higher self. And I was just saying, this is your higher self. Wow, comfortable inner child is safe to be seen. Like, you know how like some kids like to dress like princesses? They like being like fancy, you know, they like dressing like that. This is the energy here, okay? So, no, it's not loud. Confidence is your magic. So I'm gonna buy me them shoes when I get off here. Hope, optimism, new beginnings. Okay, this is the energy that's available for you all today. Please don't, please comment. Okay, claim this energy. Okay, this energy is here. It's available all September long. For the rest of the year, I'm hearing this energy is available. Okay, be optimistic. Go play the lottery, like that Powerball things people are talking about. Go do that for yourselves. Okay, just be optimistic. Like, what if it suddenly works out for me, right? Get in that energy. Suddenly, what if it all just works out for me? Okay, especially if you know you've been doing the healing. Okay, man, especially if you know that. I don't know where this is coming from. These cards, no. Okay, especially if you know you've been doing the healing. Okay, you know what? Ooh, you may be seeing people around you that is having a hard time right now. Please just pray for them. Okay, pray for their understanding of why, so that they're able to learn the lesson. Okay, don't be happy that somebody is in that state. Pray for their understanding. Okay, pray that they understand whatever lesson, I don't know, whatever they need to see. Okay, so that it can make their transition or a deeper knowing of why they are experiencing what they are experiencing, so that they can overcome what they are experiencing quicker. Okay, 31 on my timer. The 10 of Cups. That's because you stopped gambling on yourself in this physical reality. Look at that, the Ace of Coins, the Page of Coins, touching something tangibly. Your spirit guides are giving this to you because you are seeing yourself from a different perspective. Okay, because I didn't get any like you were held back by the illusions of reality. I felt like you were seeing through this. Okay, seeing through the illusion of reality. It's just like, yeah, I know it's here, but I'm going to choose to keep going. It's like, yeah, I know that these swords are out here, right? But I'm going to choose. I know that these swords are here, right? But I'm going to choose to see from the higher perspective. I'm going to choose to see the underlying energy of reality, right? Which is that you're always protected, right? Look at that, the effing truth. I cannot make this up. Okay, look at the High Priestess sitting up there, Christmas Jasmine, talking about that princess energy. Okay, 7 of Coins, because you worked on yourself. Okay, the Chariot, this change is happening fast. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here because I want to communicate with spirit. Because let me tell you, when I learn something new, because this makes me want to practice that, because I can speak to spirit any other type of way. It'd be spontaneous, it'd be this, it'd be that. I can speak to spirit, but I have been asking spirit, like, how can I hear you without, you know, when I want to, like, and then I don't know how to say this, and then it'll be like thoughts going on, and I'd be a little bit upset because I was like, I can't hear spirit like that. And then I stopped practicing that way. I stopped practicing the way that people was telling me how to do it. That's the thing. Everybody ain't gonna work for you, okay? Everybody, I was doing it the way people was saying do it. I was trying to do it that way, listening to others. And then with this particular way, right? With this particular sitting down and quieting the mind, I was trying to do it that way. And so I was fighting thoughts. I was listening to other mediums say, don't allow the thoughts to come in, right? Push them away, like when they come in. Don't allow them to come in. But this right here, what I just understood last night, and then, yes, the Family Guy thing. Let me tell you, I was watching Family Guy on TV. We have this cable company called Spectrum. And so I was watching it, right? This was yesterday. I was watching Family Guy. And then I get out the shower. When I get out the bath, because when I get out the bath, Family Guy is playing. But I'm hearing another, like a double talking going on with Family Guy. And I said, what is this? Like, it sounded like chaos. Like that's what it felt like to me. And so that's what it's like when spirit is communicating with me and I have my thoughts rolling around also. And so I was just like, oh my God, what is this? And so as I kind of sat in front of the TV and I was listening, and I saw that Family Guy, the original show, was on, right? But somehow, some way, another episode of Family Guy was playing underneath of what was already playing louder. And it didn't make sense yesterday, but today, this morning, it damn sure made sense, because that's how spirit is talking, right? And so this is like a new level of awareness for me. I don't know how to say this, because like I said, when I'm making the point to sit with spirit, right, this feels like to me, all day I'm gonna be chit-chatting with spirit. All day I'm gonna be talking with spirit, because that's my birthright, right? So this is what this feels like. And so I'm excited about it, because I talk with spirit anyway all day. It's like, but this is like clairsentience, right? Me knowing, right? When my inner heart space, when I'm doing mediumship, it comes up like that. But this right here is different, right? This is so completely different, because it's just like, I don't have to like shut down the thoughts. All I gotta do is just turn them down, and then I'm gonna be able to hear spirit, right? It's just like, I don't know how to say this. Oh my gosh. Like when I'm in certain settings, certain ritual settings, this space, right? This is my sacred space where I talk and I know spirit is coming through, right? I trust this right here, right? But it's just like at my everyday doings, my everyday things that I'm going to be doing in my, I guess I'm being called to go outside. I don't know. I don't want to go outside. Jeez, I just thought about that. Oh my gosh. And so I do want to go out for my son's birthday. Excuse me, spirit here. I do want to go outside for my son's birthday, just to go have dinner with my baby boy. But she's, that's why they gave me that restaurant metaphor. I just felt the come on, that spirit. But anyway, man. And so give me a sec. I gotta get this realization going, okay? And so I do understand, like when I'm meditating, right, I can feel spirit, I get visions and things like that, right? I will try and stop my thoughts from going. I can go into the space to where the thoughts can completely disappear, because I focus on this backspace. But this is something like that undertone, right? That undertonal energy. This is different for me. When you know how you work, you know how you work. When you understand yourself and how you work, like different levels of working in the spirit, listening and hearing the spirit, this is a new level for me, and I'm so excited to share this with you all. And maybe this is happening to you all also. And so namaste. I'm gonna put the PDF in the description box, okay? I love you all so much. Your guides are so proud of you, okay? And so I guess they want me to share this enthusiasm, what I feel right now, to share it with you, okay? And to understand that this is happening for you, that divine spark, like that speaks within you, okay? It is speaking to you, and you probably never even was aware of it, okay? But it definitely is, okay? And so I love you. The message is delivered. The energy is complete. All that is not mine is returned to source, blessed and whole. I choose this channel in love and light. Okay. Bye.